We were struck in the newsroom today by some remarkable pictures that have just come in from a growing humanitarian disaster in East Africa. They're images from New York Times photojournalist Tyler Hicks, pictures of the starving in Somalia. We talked to Tyler Hicks today, but before we get to that, here's a little bit of background on what's happening there. It's essentially a drought in the Horn of Africa that has destroyed crops for more than a year. Refugees are pouring out of Somalia, the failed, lawless state. The lucky ones reach refugee camps just over the border in Kenya, but already there are 450,000 people jammed in those camps that were designed for 90,000. In all, right now, 12 million people are at risk of starvation. Those are the people Tyler Hicks and writer Jeffrey Gettleman of the New York Times found in Somalia's capital. We spoke to Hicks earlier today. Tyler, your pictures, of course, are about individuals, but I'm curious about what we can't see. Can you give us an idea of how many people are affected this way?
It's not like a place that you have to look very far. Everywhere in the city, there are people streaming in. Particularly, the thing that jumped out at me is the amount of children and how incredibly frail they were. They're women, just almost every single one of them is carrying, at times, just, you know, what looks like skin and bones. And I honestly, there were moments that I didn't even know if the child that they were carrying was alive until, you know, they shifted and you could see that the child was moving.
In terms of the people who are truly starving that we see in your photographs, are we talking about dozens, hundreds, thousands?
Oh, thousands, many thousands of people. And the fact that they're actually coming into Mogadishu, one of the most unsafe cities in the entire world, says a lot about the condition of what they're experiencing in their villages and how desperate they have to be.
One of your photographs is particularly striking. It's a photograph of a child lying in a fetal position, clearly starving to death. And I wonder if you could tell us the story of that picture.
This particular child, really, it struck me how skinny this child was, and the position of how the child was laying on the table was just really striking, and I thought really got that point across of how desperate it is there.
You were in Mogadishu for 4 days. I wonder, in the time that you were there, any signs of improvement, any hopeful signs?
Not at all. If anything, it appeared that this would probably get worse before it gets better. They're arriving literally with nothing, and it's a very desperate situation for them.
Tyler Hicks, photojournalist for the New York Times, thank you very, very much for your help.
Thank you.
For information on how you can help the people of Somalia, go to cbsnews.com. We have a list of aid organizations that are accepting donations.